Hello guys, welcome back into another video here on the Banjo Addict. I'm about to set a different name. Thank you all for tuning in this week. Thank you all, everybody who's left comments on the videos. I greatly appreciate it, man. I love hearing from you guys. That is absolutely awesome. This week, what I want to talk about is how not to miss strings when you're plucking on the banjo. Now, one of the first and most important things in not missing strings when you're practicing your banjo or playing the banjo is to get a position on your fingers for all your picks and never change that. Like, get used to the picks in a certain spot. Find a comfortable spot on your finger that your picks are used to and don't change it. Because the more you change your picks on your fingers from, let me make sure here. Now, as you can see on my finger, I've got it decently close to the tips of my fingers on these here because I like the pick being close on the tip of my finger. This is my thumb pick. And as you can see, it's just wrapped around my finger. Now, this is a blue chip thumb pick that I just recently got, and I've played with it for about a week now, and I absolutely love it. This is the best thumb pick I've ever played with in my entire life. It don't slip, and it keeps that pick from catching the string right here like a lot of people do. I know I did a lot. And when I say I've been through a lot of thumb picks, I mean, I have been through a crap ton of picks, as you can see. Now, one of my favorite thumb picks before I got this blue chip, Jim Dunlop makes a metal thumb pick that I used quite a bit, to be honest with you. I really, really liked this one. The worst part about a metal thumb pick is it done a lot of string buzzing. And so here recently, I've been going with this one a lot. This one is a Golden Gate, I think. That's what they call these. I'm telling you, this blue chip thumb pick, as you can see, I mean, it's wrapped around my finger. It stays nice and tight. The way they do it in a machine shop, the outside of it's polished, but the inside of it, and I don't know if you can see this or not, but it's almost like it's been bead blasted, like sand blasted, and it has a texture in there which grips your thumb, and it keeps it from sliding around in your thumb. The fit of it's nice on the thumb. It ain't necessarily the tightness of it around my thumb as much as it is the gripness of where they've sandblasted the inside of this thing. Because if you're changing the length of them from moving in and out on your finger, if one day they're an 1/8 inch or whatever further out than they are, that's going to affect strumming the banjo. What happens is your finger gets memory in it of where your pick should be versus the string when you set up. So if the pick's always in the same spot off the tip of your finger, then that variable won't change as you're picking. The next thing you'll see here is I've got my little picture down here, hopefully. Video. I've got a new editing software, by the way, and this will be the first video that I've used the new editing software on. So hopefully it works out. Hopefully it works out worth a crap. Hopefully there's a picture here somewhere on the video that I've been able to add in that shows I've got a camera on my hand right now. So, anyways. The next thing is hand position, is where you want to be at on hand position. Now, what you do is, a lot of people will lay their hand back flat on the banjo, and that way their fingers are kind of in a strain to move. And so what you want to do is you want to lift your wrist up off the banjo head, almost like you have a softball or a tennis ball, and I think I've said this in one of my other videos. You want it like you're holding a tennis ball, and then put your plant finger down, and your hands around a tennis ball, and that's the way you want it. That's the way you want to pick. That's the position you want your hand in. You don't want it down flat on the banjo, because what happens here is everything is crumbled together. Let's see if I can do it. I've already hitting strings. I can't even do it. So you want it up like you got a tennis, like you got your hand wrapped around a tennis ball, and you're just setting it down, and then you put your finger down and plant it, and then you start. That's the way you want it to be. Your first finger and your second finger, you want that movement just to be your finger doing this. That's all you want. You don't want your whole hand to be. You don't want to have to reach with. You don't want to be up here and having to reach and swing at these. You want to be up over the top of them, and you want your finger to swing back swing back and catch the string. And then your thumb pick on top, your thumb can't be like this. You can't have your thumb bent. You got to have your thumb down flat and almost like you're wanting to press down on that top string. So get used to flattening your thumb out like that. See how my thumb is? Because if you get your thumb up like this and you're trying, hear that? To where if I flatten my thumb out, get a better. So one other thing too, guys, that you really got to consider is your hand position. Like if your arm is down here on the banjo and you're trying to pick like this, see how all my fingers are all together right here? See how that you can't really, like, what you want is your hand turned and you want to be 90 degree with the strings. You want your two fingers down here to be 90 degree where you're picking straight up on the string. And your thumb the same way. And you want your thumb out in front of these fingers down here. You want your thumb out in front of these fingers down here. So your fingers ain't all together fighting each other over the strings. Your thumb gets up here, it's out of the way, and now you can. But those practice habits right there will get you to the point to where you will stop missing strings if you do those little things. And then outside of that, once you get your hand up, get your thumb out in front of your fingers and start practicing, now you just got to practice